Framing a research question is not a challenging task. It involves two things. First, it needs to satisfy the FINA criteria, and second, it should consist of PICOT components. Framing a FINA research question. It involves 5 criteria to satisfy F, I, N, A, R. First, feasibility pertains to the practicality of doing a study with available resources. An interesting study sparks curiosity to the researcher as well as the peers, collaborators and readers. Aim for unexplored areas of investigation and contribute something new to the scientific landscape. Whether the research question adhere to ethical standards and does not involve any ethical issues. Whether the research question is relevant with current needs and gaps. A research question should consist of the following components: P, I, C, O, T, P for population, I for intervention, C for comparison, O for outcome, T for time and type of study. Outcome is the disease or health condition we are going to study. Population is the study population whom we are going to study. The research question may include the study period and study design. Intervention denotes the risk factors for the disease in analytical studies and interventions in experimental studies. Comparison is the group of people we are going to compare with study group. Intervention and comparison are needed only in analytical and experimental studies and not in prevalence studies. We will see an example of framing a research question. We want to see the association between metabolic syndrome and maturity onset diabetes of young. Now, how to frame the research question for this: metabolic syndrome as risk factor and maturity onset diabetes as outcome. The research question was: is there any association between metabolic syndrome and maturity onset of diabetes? But the research question can be reframed with PICOT criteria as follows. Does young adults in Texas, USA with metabolic syndrome develop maturity onset diabetes compared to controls? We will see how the PICOT criteria fits here. Here the young adults in Texas, USA is the population, metabolic syndrome is the risk factor, maturity onset diabetes is the outcome and controls is the comparison group. Now we will see how the research question can be reframed into a research topic. The research question is: does young adults in Texas, USA with metabolic syndrome develop maturity onset diabetes compared to controls? It can be reframed into research topic as follows. Metabolic syndrome is a risk factor for developing maturity onset diabetes among young adults in Texas, USA, a case control study. This is one example and can be framed in many ways. Find a good research topic and frame it better. Thank you.